Imagine standing at the edge of an emotional landscape so rich and complex that it defies conventional understanding of love. This is the realm of the INFJ personality type that transforms romantic connection into an intricate, deeply meaningful experience. Most people approach love as a simple equation of attraction and compatibility, but for INFJ, it's an art form, a spiritual journey that transcends mere surface-level interactions. The world of personality psychology has long been fascinated by the INFJ, the rarest of all personality types, making up less than 1% of the global population. These individuals are not just partners, they are emotional architects, carefully constructing relationships with the precision of a master craftsman and the sensitivity of a poet. Their approach to love is not about fleeting moments or passionate impulses, but about creating a profound, transformative connection that touches the very essence of human experience. The psychological landscape of an INFJ understanding the emotional architects. To truly comprehend how an INFJ shows love, we must first dive deep into the intricate psychological makeup of this extraordinary personality type. INFJ are a paradox of emotional intelligence, simultaneously reserved and intensely passionate, logically analytical yet profoundly intuitive. Their inner world is a complex ecosystem of thoughts, feelings, and insights that most people can barely glimpse. The INFJ personality is characterized by 4 key cognitive functions that create their unique approach to relationships. Introverted intuition allows them to see patterns and potential that others miss, creating a nearly prophetic ability to understand deep emotional currents. Extroverted feeling drives their incredible empathy, making them extraordinarily attuned to the emotional environments around them. This combination means an INFJ doesn't just listen to you, they fundamentally understand you on a level that can feel almost supernatural. 7 profound signs of INFJ romantic interest, a psychological deep dive. 1. The concentrated attention when you become their entire universe. When an INFJ develops romantic interest, their attention transforms into something almost tangible, a focused energy that can make you feel simultaneously seen and understood in ways you've never experienced before. This isn't mere active listening, it's a complete psychological immersion. Every word you speak is carefully processed, every subtle emotional nuance is noticed, and every unspoken feeling is perceived. The psychological mechanism behind this intense focus is rooted in their dominant introverted intuition. Where others might hear words, an INFJ deconstructs communication, understanding the underlying emotions, unexpressed desires, and potential future implications of every interaction. They're not just hearing your story, they're mapping your emotional landscape, understanding the interconnected threads of your experiences, and creating a holistic understanding of who you are. 2. Vulnerability, the delicate art of emotional unveiling. For INFJ, emotional vulnerability is not a switch to be flipped, but a carefully constructed bridge built with trust, intention, and profound psychological consideration. When they begin to lower their meticulously maintained emotional walls, it's a seismic event in the relationship. Each shared personal story, each revealed insecurity is like a carefully wrapped gift, a test of emotional safety and a demonstration of their growing trust. This process of vulnerability is deeply strategic yet entirely genuine. They're not just sharing stories, they're offering you a window into their inner sanctum, observing how you receive their most authentic self. The psychological risk is enormous. INFJ are acutely aware of their emotional sensitivity and protect themselves with an almost instinctive guardedness. When they choose to be vulnerable with you, it means they see extraordinary potential in the connection. 3. Thoughtful service, love as a precisely crafted experience. An INFJ's love is expressed through meticulously designed acts of service that go far beyond generic romantic gestures. These are not random displays of affection but carefully calculated demonstrations of emotional intelligence. Each act is a carefully composed symphony of understanding, revealing their ability to listen deeply, remember intricate details, and transform that understanding into meaningful action. Consider the difference between a generic gift and an INFJ's gift. Where others might buy something trendy or expensive, an INFJ will select something that speaks directly to your soul, a book that mirrors your current emotional journey, a piece of art that reflects a conversation you had months ago, or experience tailored precisely to your unexpressed desires. Their love language is not about grand romantic statements, but about creating moments of profound, personalized connection. 4. Communication transformation, the emotional metamorphosis. The communication style of an INFJ undergoes a remarkable transformation when romantic interest takes root. Their typically reserved communication becomes a rich, multi-layered dialogue that reveals their growing emotional investment. Text messages evolve from brief, polite exchanges to deep, meandering conversations that explore complex emotional territories. This communication shift is a psychological ballet, a delicate dance of revealing and concealing, of testing emotional boundaries while gradually expanding their comfort zone. They'll ask questions that go beyond surface-level interactions, demonstrating an intellectual and emotional curiosity that is both intense and nurturing. Their messages become laden with subtext, playful undertones, and a growing sense of emotional intimacy. 5. Protective instincts, the emotional guardianship. An INFJ's protective instinct in love is not about control, but about creating a sacred emotional space of safety and growth. They become intuitive guardians, sensing emotional undercurrents with an almost supernatural precision. Before you might recognize your own stress or emotional turbulence, an INFJ will have already constructed a support strategy. This protective nature stems from their extroverted feeling function, which allows them to absorb and process emotional environments with remarkable sensitivity. They don't just offer support, they create holistic emotional ecosystems where you can feel entirely safe to be your most authentic self. Their protection is not about limiting you, but about expanding your potential, understanding your fears, and gently guiding you toward emotional growth. 6. Future integration, strategic emotional mapping. Unlike more spontaneous personality types, INFJ approach love with a strategic, long-term perspective. When they're genuinely interested, they begin subtly weaving you into their future vision. These aren't just casual mentions, but carefully considered integrations that reveal their deep commitment and ability to envision a shared future. Their future planning is a complex psychological process. They're not just imagining shared experiences, but considering the profound potential of your combined emotional and intellectual landscapes. Casual conversations about long-term goals, subtle introductions to their inner circle, and carefully orchestrated future scenarios are all part of their intricate approach to love. 7. Emotional depth beyond conventional connection. An INFJ's romantic interest transcends physical attraction or surface-level compatibility. They seek a soul connection, a relationship that serves as a vehicle for mutual spiritual and personal growth. For them, love is not a destination, but a transformative journey of continuous emotional and intellectual exploration. This depth of connection means they're looking for a partner who can match their emotional complexity, someone who understands that love is not about completing each other, but about growing together. They want intellectual stimulation, emotional resonance, and a shared vision that goes beyond traditional relationship paradigms, navigating the challenges the complex emotional world of INFJ love. While incredibly profound, INFJ relationships are not without challenges. Their idealism, combined with their intense emotional processing, can create unrealistic expectations. They might struggle with vulnerability, overthink relationship dynamics, and require significant emotional reassurance. Their need for deep, meaningful connection can sometimes clash with more pragmatic relationship approaches. They require partners who can appreciate their emotional depth, respect their need for introspection, and engage in the kind of meaningful dialogue that feeds their soul. Conclusion: the transformative power of INFJ love. Falling in love with an INFJ is not a conventional romantic experience. It's a journey of emotional alchemy, where two individuals don't just share a relationship but fundamentally transform each other's understanding of love, connection, and personal growth.